Welcome to Authentically You Podcast, the podcast that dives deep into a transformative journey of self-discovery, self-acceptance, and self-expression. I'm your host, Kirsty Hankin, and I'm here to guide you on a path towards embracing your true, unapologetic, authentic self. In this podcast, we'll embark on a quest to uncover the secrets to breaking free from societal expectations, shredding the masks we wear, and stepping into our own power. Each episode will explore the questions and challenges that our listeners face on their personal journeys, providing practical insights and heartfelt advice. But it doesn't stop there. Authentically You Podcast goes beyond just answering your questions. We're here to introduce you to a diverse lineup of incredibly knowledgeable professionals who will share their expertise, wisdom, and experiences. We'll bring you thought-provoking interviews that will inspire and empower you. This is Authentically You Podcast, unleashing life on your own terms. I'm Kirsty Hankin, and together, let's unlock the power within and live life authentically. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. We're in this together. Hello, and welcome to Authentically You Podcast. Thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate it. And I am sure that you are going to get something out of this episode. It's going to be a beauty. So today, our guest entered into a marriage without listening to her intuition because her family wanted her to. This got her in a codependent and unhappy situation for 8 years. Towards the end, she started her self-discovery journey, which taught her the importance of living life authentically as herself and trusting her instincts. This helped make a decision to end this marriage so she could explore living an authentic life that she now has been living for over 3 years. She has been through a lot of pain being an empath who has been around narcissists all her life, be it personal or professional, and recently has been pulled by spirit to talk about narcissists and the impact they have, especially on their victims, that go unnoticed by others, but is severely damaging to the victims. She believes it's important to shed light on who they are and how they can affect people in their lives, so those victims can awaken to their true potential, purpose, and their light. She is explaining how narcissistic abuse can veer you away from your true self. But once you start understanding and embracing your true self, all the pain can actually lead to your purpose in life. I welcome to the show transformative coach and alignment mentor, Menaka Rao. Hello, my dear.
Thank you, Kirsty. Thank you. That was a beautiful welcome.
Oh, well, it's the truth, isn't it? I'm so happy that you are here, and I know this is going to be a great episode because I know there's going to be so many people out there going through or thinking they may be going through something similar that you've been through and just not understanding what's happening, not really realizing what's going on around them and how they can get help or how they can help themselves to get it out of that situation. So tell us about how it all started for you.
How I stepped into this journey of coaching and mentoring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like you just mentioned, I had entered into a marriage without listening to my intuition. And it was around 30 years when I was turning 30 that I was let go of a job, and that was in a foreign country. So job was something I was seeking respite from my marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it was hard to get a job in a foreign country with my work permit. I was dependent on my husband, so I already had problems getting a job.
Yeah.
And getting, made redundant from that job was devastating for me, to say the least. And that was a rude awakening for me. That was the point that got me thinking. And that gave me a break to think about my life and not just go into some diversions and distractions like getting myself into a job as a way to seek a distraction from my unhappy marriage. So although I did get another job, but it was after I lost the job that I started my spiritual journey through meditation. So that was really magical, I would say, because I started enlightening. It was like enlightening to me because I started losing all these unwanted attachments and codependencies, and it gave me so much clarity to my mind and thoughts, and helped me see my reality for what it is.
Wow.
And the reality of my marriage.
Did you learn that yourself, or did you get guidance with your meditation?
I started with guided meditations online. I took a course about self-love. And she was a self-love coach from whom I took up a course. I was just doing it, and then I was listening to meditations because I used to get a lot of these migraine headaches as well. So I used to go to a neurologist for that, and they had suggested meditation as well. So I thought, okay, now I do have some free time. Let me try some meditation after losing that job. And then it was very interesting. I was so attached unhealthily with all the people in my life. And I was like, this is all that I deserve. That was my mentality. I'm not worthy of anything more. And I should be happy that I have somebody with me. That was the state of my mind then.
So was it from your family and your partner, your husband, making you feel that way?
Yeah, I was very attached unhealthily to my mom, and I had her on a pedestal. And even my husband, because he was the only breadwinner at the time, and my job was not stable with the work permit I had. So being dependent on him made me think that he's like a god to me, the savior. And he cannot be wrong in any way. I must be the bad one, the burden and stuff like that.
So how long were you together before you got married?
No, this was an arranged marriage.
All right, okay, that makes sense. And how did you know that you were in an abusive sort of relationship? How did you find yourself when did you realize, or did you know right from the beginning?
No, I didn't know right from the beginning because he was more the covert, I would say, if people are aware of. So he was a very sweet talker, and especially in the beginning when he had me on a pedestal. And and slowly I started understanding it was I was going through a lot of emotional neglect and distance from him, isolation, and we didn't even have anybody there. We knew he didn't have any friends there, and I felt all alone. He used to go off to his job, and then there was not even any emotional connection going on between us. And I just thought, and I never felt connected to him spiritually or emotionally. So I used to blame myself, maybe I'm expecting too much and stuff like that, because I was made to feel that way all the time. even when getting into this marriage, my mother and sister, they made me think that I did mention that I'm not feeling like this marriage is right for me, so I would like to back off. But I was told that, oh, you're having high expectations because I think he's not as good, as not good looking enough for you and stuff like that. That was never my criteria, but I was so conditioned that I always thought they knew better, and their projections, I believed them, sadly.
It's very normal to believe the ones that you love, right? You think that they will give you all the answers that you need to hear. And when they don't, it still impacts you. It still you still believe those thoughts and what they say. And it's unfortunate that we do, because sometimes we need to reject those comments or thoughts or things that may be said that we could take on and really use against ourselves. So it is a struggle, and parents need to know that they've got a lot of impact in their children's lives throughout their lives, not just as a child, as an adult as well. So be careful with what you're saying and what you're doing, because it has an impact. So with the arranged marriage, why were they doing it? Was it because you were coming up to 30 and they were, what was the reason?
I was just 24. I had a good job here of 2 years, but even in my job, the environment was toxic. So I thought, okay, maybe I'll get a chance to get away from here. And that was one of my thought process. But then, and he was a sweet talker and he had a good job, and that was all how my parents projected that he's from a good background. And my dad was ailing already. 2 years into my marriage, he passed away. And that was one of the reasons I was manipulated into getting married soon, so my dad could see my marriage and stuff like that, and it will be harder if he's not around. And then still I did raise this concern that we got engaged and there was a 6 months gap for marriage, and I saw that we were not getting along really well. Our mindset didn't match, and I did raise this concern to my mom, and she was like, okay, okay, then fine, let's back off, but then never ever ask me to get you married again, stuff like that.
Lovely.
I was too young, so I got scared then. I got scared, and
that's totally understandable. So you mentioned that he actually had you up on a pedestal at the beginning. When do you think that pedestal sort of switched?
I think a year into marriage.
And why do you think that was?
I've always seen that this was something I got a lot more clarity after understanding human design. I'm a fifth line, so people have projected a lot upon me. So he used to have a lot of expectations, and I'm a projector as well. I'm not like he is a manifesting generator, so doing the work is like his energy type is how it's how his energy type works. But so he had that expectation from me, and I could not pull that along for too long. And I always used to think that there's something wrong with me, that I'm not able to work like these guys. I've been surrounded by generators only, all of them. So I used to always think I'm lesser than other people. So, okay, I'm finding this guy who's ready to marry me, so I might as well say yes and get married.
May as well. Give it a go.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I feel for you. And at what point, so you started your self-discovery, self-loving journey in your marriage. How long did it take you before you sort of got your love for yourself back and decided, actually, I need to continue this journey and leave this marriage?
Yeah. Yeah. Like 6 years into this marriage. And when I lost that job, and I started on this meditation journey, and then I also started some breath work then, and I started gaining a lot more clarity, started observing patterns, all the emotional neglect that I had been through, that I started understanding how people need to be treated no matter what. Nobody is less than anybody. Each one is designed uniquely, and that's how they're born to be. If someone else is expecting something of you, that is not your problem. That is something they need to deal with.
Yeah, that's something that I really am pushing lately, and I truly believe it, is whenever someone is mean to you, whenever someone is saying disrespectful things or has a sly comment, it's not actually your problem. It's their problem. It's completely their problem, and it's not for you to take on. It's their issue that they haven't dealt with, and they need to work on themselves. Nothing wrong with you. Hey, that's right, eh? There's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah. And actually, our marriage was invalid, to say. So it never consummated. So I still, and it was on his side, apparently, but that was not my main criteria in marriage. So I still was respectful towards him, understanding. We even went to therapies, like sex therapists, and that was when I started noticing he was not willing to do the work. He was very impatient, and I am very personal growth oriented, and self-discovery, all that intrigues me and interests me, and I delve deeper into all such things. And he once mentioned, after coming back from the therapist, that all these sessions make us look deeper into ourselves, right? That scares me. Something like that. He said something like that. That was my major flag.
Red flag.
Okay.
Red flag.
Red flag. Okay, so I don't think this is going to work out anymore.
Yeah.
That was like, that's it. Enough is enough. Was
well, I think you should be absolutely and truly, proud of yourself for not having sex with him, because you didn't, he wasn't the right one for you.
Yeah,
so even though you're married to him, you still stood your ground.
Yeah.
And really, that's incredible, especially for being in a relationship like that.
Yeah. And I was always blamed for everything, even for that, that I was not cooperative, I was not initiating that. And then once I started understanding spirituality, that was when I understood that if we are not in alignment, we don't need to put up with stuff. And I had made my efforts. Still I was getting blamed. So I thought, okay, this is not what I deserve for all that I've been through. I even was willing to go to the therapist, and I was thinking maybe it's my problem. So let's discuss. And I was very open and honest about everything. And actually, the therapist started siding me, saying that she is the Shakti. She's and I don't know. I think he got more insecure from that, and he started pulling away from the therapists as well, therapies as well. Yeah. So that was when I thought, okay, it's time to end.
So, and how did you go about breaking up the marriage, and how did he take it?
Yeah, I think since it was divinely guided, I didn't have much friction with him, and I was worried because I was in a foreign country and he had the power over me. I was staying in his place, so still I thought it's time to step up my game and step into my authenticity. And yeah, I spoke up, and he was open, thankfully, that time. And even he had seen through, even he had been feeling it, I guess, that it's time. There's no point in pulling this any longer. But yeah, and then my in-laws were not very for the decision. So I did get some friction from there, but he was supportive to an extent during that time, thankfully. Thanks to divine, the universe, I should say. And then once I got back here, all of them were against me. But till I got back here, thankfully, it felt supported by the universe in some way.
That's incredible. And the fact that you did it fully aligned and fully guided makes the journey so much easier, doesn't it?
Yes.
So if we've got any people out there that are listening that are in a relationship that they do no longer want to be in, what would you suggest that they do?
Always ask yourself, first of all, love yourself enough to trust your instinct, trust your inner guidance, and follow your instincts. And it's only when you love yourself that you're able to really trust your inner guidance and instincts. So self-love is so important, and I had to learn it the hard way. So yeah, you are always good enough. You're always, this is not all that you deserve. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. The universe is big enough to support you.
And you may even find out once you start doing some self-love on yourself that your relationship actually gets better because you're working on yourself, right?
Exactly.
So it's not about trying to work out, let's break up, let's end this marriage. It might be you just need to work on yourself for a little bit, because when you work on yourself, the relationships, everything around you changes for the better. Or for the positive. So if you really work on yourself, it might help save your marriage or your relationship or your job or your relationship with your child. So wonderful advice, really, first and foremost, before you make big decisions like that, go inside and work on yourself. And what did you do when you were working on yourself? So you did your meditation, because obviously there's so many things out there, and it doesn't mean that everyone should do the same thing, because it doesn't work. Some things work for some people, other things work for other people. So what did you do to get that self-love back? So you did the meditation. What else?
I started off with meditation during the last couple of years of my marriage, and then I was also doing some breath work. But then when I got back here to my home country, from the US to India, that was when I was divinely guided to Reiki. So
Nice.
that Reiki and energy healing really helped me with self-love, really cleared away stuff for me, and brought so much more clarity. Even here, it was a toxic environment, even in this house. But I was able to stand my ground and be myself, embrace my authentic self for what it is, no matter what. And then, I also got introduced to human design. It's been a couple of years, and that has been monumental in my journey in understanding myself, my inner guidance system, how it works, and how I'm designed to operate with this world, how I'm designed to interact, and how it is correct for me to follow my guidance and be myself, my design. So I have I am, even from my design perspective, I am a peripheral vision. So a lot of people tend to judge me that, oh, you're doing so many modalities, but that's how I'm designed to work with.
Yeah.
So I'm designed to learn many different modalities. Right now, I'm also taking a breathwork certification. So I always follow my intuition, my divine guidance. So I'm supposed to learn different stuff. My focus is peripheral. So I need to absorb all that there is and then support others as well along their journey and alignment. So
brilliant. And once you start on that journey, it is quite addictive, isn't it?
Yes.
Like, if you do it right, it's not a do it once and everything's fixed. It is a continuous thing. But it is addictive. I'm a bit like you. So I started doing card readings, and then I was in meditation and gratitude. Then I was doing what else was I doing? Reiki. Like oracle readings, and then I've just been doing some energy healing, really getting into that side of things. So it is really a beautiful journey when you start it, and you'll never know where you will with your guidance, but it's just such a beautiful opening of magical bliss. And it is your soul sort of getting aligned. Everything's getting aligned. And if something isn't quite working, if something isn't going your way, it's probably because you're slightly going off course, and you need to weave your way back in there. Hey, is that right?
Yes.
It is. It's just such an amazing journey. So how can people work with you? What have you got to offer to help with people?
So I do offer a 3-month mentorship program and coaching support with me for self-love and life purpose alignment, because the pain is not what all the empaths are meant to go through. There's something beyond that. So I help them with starting with self-love, help them understand their values, their goals in life, so they can start getting in alignment with their authentic self that will guide them to their life purpose. I also help them gain clarity about their purpose through different modalities like NLP, human design, and also help them decondition, because I have been through a lot of conditioning, like I just shared. So deconditioning has been a very important part of my awakening journey. So that is what I help my clients with as well. So they can get in alignment faster and quicker with their design, start living their purpose.
So when I just have another question about authenticity. Before you got married and where you are now, were you your authentic self even before the marriage, or do you feel like you're more so now?
More so now. I was very unique then, but even that was looked down upon by people whom I was surrounded with, and now I celebrate my uniqueness. I honor for what it is, and I used to be a big time people pleaser. Like I sacrificed my own life. Trying to please the people in my life. In big decisions. So
I think we all go through even if it's just a small stage of people pleasing. I'm pretty sure we all do it. But that's so good. And if someone knows they're in a relationship that is really, really bad for them, and they are in a narcissistic, abusive relationship, would you still suggest working on self-love first or doing something else first?
Yes, it's always yourself first. Focus on self-love. Of course, you'll need to be aware of what's going on around you. And the more you love yourself, you'll understand what you deserve, and there's nothing less that you do not. There's something like, it's not that if somebody is treating you less than, it's not that you're deserving of that. The more you work on yourself and love yourself, like I've been noticing, like that's how the law of attraction works, right?
Mm-hmm.
The ones who don't love themselves are the ones who don't have enough love for others. And the self-love also helps you with self-respect. When you don't honor and respect yourself, you don't respect other people. So the more you love yourself, that's how I have awakened. I've started noticing that no, this is not how an aligned person is supposed to be. And that is their path. So there's no judgment against how someone else should be. But you need to be aware. So being empathetic, you can show empathy towards them, that okay, they don't have that level of understanding of how to treat others and themselves, but that doesn't mean you need to put through that treatment. You don't need to stand by such dishonoring and disrespectful treatment, because you're always deserving of love, acceptance, and honor for who you are, no matter what you are. So the more you start believing in yourself, you'll start believing in what you deserve, which is all love and honor and respect.
And then I guess it moves into that giving you strength as well.
Yes.
If it has to be that you are leaving that person because they are abusive in any way, it gives you that strength and courage and knowing that you're on doing the right thing, rather than the scarcity of, I don't know, should I, shouldn't I? What's going to happen? What's going to happen in the future? You just know. It's so good for you.
Yeah, that's the thing with self-love, is when you start vibrating higher, and your state becomes more positive, and that's how you also start attracting all good things and good people. And if someone is not right for you, they're going to fall away, and you just need to be accepting and embracing of your reality rather than clinging on to it and making it work when it is not. So,
and a lot of people do that with relationships, don't they? They cling on and hold on for dear life, like it's the last thing that's ever going to happen for them. But it is much better if you release it in a good way, as long as you're in a good place. You don't need that. And you'll realize that, like you've said, you realize all these things once you start that self-love journey with yourself, that you're deserving of more and better and treated amazingly, and you can get anything that you want. You just have to believe it and trust in yourself and know that you are on the right path. Wonderful. So I understand you've got a wonderful offer for our viewers. Would you like to explain that for us?
Yes, of course. So I do offer a 3-month coaching program that can be renewed if we are both in alignment and we feel like we can go farther. So it starts with a 3-month coaching for self-love and life purpose alignment. And I integrate many different modalities like NLP, the neuro-linguistic programming, and self-love coaching, life purpose coaching, and human design. And I use EFT as well during my coaching, EFT tapping for energetic alignment, to clear away anything that's not serving you. And so you're in the right state of mind, the positive state of mind that you're designed to be in. And apart from this, I also offer human design readings solely. If you just need to know and understand yourself better, I offer 30-minute readings and 1-hour readings. So depending on where you are at, what questions you have. So
and they can get a 30-minute discovery call with you?
Yes. Yeah. I do offer free discovery calls, so you can get to know me. We can
And cool.
see if we can
Work
go
together.
further on this journey.
I think that's a really good thing, because I think when you are looking for help and guidance in your self-love journey, you have to resonate with the person that you're working with. So a
Yeah.
discovery call is really awesome to have. So if anyone is resonating with Menaka, please jump on that free discovery call and see what she can offer you, and see if there is a bond and a connection so that she can help you, because what she's offering is brilliant. Perfect for that self-love journey that we all wanted to be on. Everyone should be on it.
Yes. Yeah.
So I've got the last couple of questions, which are just fun ones.
Mm-hmm.
If
Cool.
authenticity were a color, what color would it be for you, and why?
Blue.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, authenticity, I associate that with throat chakra, the throat center, and that is in blue color. So wear more blue, and you can activate your throat chakra to its authentic expression.
Right. Lovely. I love it. And if you could be an animal, if you could be any animal to express your true self, which animal would you choose, and how would it represent you?
I think I'd love to be a cat.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, I resonate with that a lot, and how it's happy being itself,
Yeah.
unbothered.
Yeah.
And yeah, interestingly, I was also seeing that projectors are associated with cats, and I've always associated myself with that. Yeah, because they just be.
Yeah, they just be. Yeah, that makes sense. They are their own person. Well, cat. If you had a magic wand and everyone in the world had to follow one ruling that you create, what would it be?
Around the world. Sorry.
That's right. If you had a magic wand
Mm-hmm.
and everyone in the world had to follow one ruling you create, what would it be?
Oh, follow your desire.
Nice. I like that, because everyone should. Everyone
Yes.
should. But we do get caught up in societal expectations, cultural expectations, family expectations.
Yes.
So yes. And the last thing, is there anything that you want as a last word for the viewers? Any sort of downloads or coming through, or anything that you want to have the last say?
Yeah. Always remember that guilt and shame is never yours. So if someone is guilting you and shaming you for who you are and what you are not doing or doing, just remember that they're never yours. There are some other people's to deal with, from whom it is coming from.
Yeah, I love that.
Just be yourself and honor yourself for whatever you do and whatever you are.
Brilliant. That is brilliant. I want to add on to that, because something I've just come through is you are not, what is it? You are not, your past does not define you. So whatever has happened in the past, whatever relationship you've been in, whatever your job you've been in, you've lost jobs, you've been in jail, whatever the situation, that doesn't define you as who you are today. Do not let the past define you. I got there in the end. So thank you so much for being here with us today on Authentically You Podcast. It has been absolutely wonderful having you here. And I know the viewers would have got something from this incredible episode. And just thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me here. It was wonderful.
Thank you. Okay, and the rest of you, thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next time. Have a nice day. Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of Authentically You Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the conversation and gained some valuable insights. If you'd like to stay connected with us, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite platform and follow us on social media. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Kirsty Impact Coach, or Become Authentically You on the Facebook group. We'd love to hear your thoughts, feedback, and ideas for future episodes. Feel free to drop us a message or leave a review. Your input means the world to us as we continue to grow and improve. Remember, living authentically is a journey, and we're so glad and grateful to have you with us on this path of self-discovery and personal growth. Until next time, always remember to be true to yourself, embrace your uniqueness, and live life unapologetically, because you are truly remarkable just the way you are. This is Kirsty, signing off on the Authentically You podcast. Take care and keep shining bright.